Hey everyone, I'm Zach Blackburn, director of the Boston Marathon Jimmy Fun Walk. Before we start our Jimmy Fun Walk celebration, I want to share some exciting news. Earlier this year, we launched the Dana-Farber campaign, our ambitious, multi-year fundraising effort to prevent, treat, and defy cancer by accelerating revolutionary science, extraordinary care, exceptional expertise, and essential opportunities. By walking and fundraising with us, you're an important partner in contributing to the Dana-Farber campaign. So thank you. This great video will help you understand the impact of this vital endeavor. And then, it's on to the walk. Enjoy.
Our community of visionary trailblazers, medical pioneers, and compassionate caregivers is solely dedicated to conquering cancer. Over nearly 75 years, Dana-Farber has established an unmatched depth, breadth, expertise, and leadership in developing treatments and enhancing care. In the last 10 years, our community of cancer-fighting champions has been involved with nearly 1 in 4 FDA-approved cancer drugs. So, with steady persistence, we accelerate breakthroughs as we speed from the lab to the bedside, back to the lab, and back to the bedside again. With every revolution of the discovery cycle, our visionary donors help us to change the future of cancer. Each investment speeds our momentum and success. Their generosity permits us to continue to advance revolutionary science, extraordinary care, and exceptional expertise. The word defy means to challenge, to do something considered impossible. Defying cancer is not just our goal, it is our mission. Not only for our patients, but for all of humanity. And that's why we're embarking on the Dana-Farber campaign to defy cancer. Our goal is more lives saved and more dreams realized. So we ask for your support. We ask you to join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Please join us.
We invite you to join us.
There is still much to accomplish, but we know that with your support, we can accelerate success in the world-changing endeavor to prevent, treat, and defy cancer.
Hi, I'm Kevin Richardson from the AutoFair Automotive Group. Hyundai Motor America is proud to continue our tradition of sponsoring the Jimmy Fun Walk, your way. Thank you all for joining us this year in support of Dana-Farber and the fight against cancer. Keep up the great work and have a great walk.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 2021 Boston Marathon Jimmy Fund Walk Your Way, presented by Hyundai, benefiting Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. I'm Mark Ockerblum.
And I'm Vanessa Welch. We are excited to once again kick off the Jimmy Fund Walk and celebrate the passion, the commitment, and the dedication that this community has for defying cancer at Dana-Farber. This walk and the fight against cancer is a cause that's close to so many people's hearts, ours included.
That's right, Vanessa. I know both of us have lost family members to cancer. My brother Carl, your mother Jean. Both of us have seen the toll that this disease can take on a person and on a family, which is why supporting the incredible work happening at Dana-Farber is personal, and why we're both proud to be a part of the Jimmy Fund Walk community.
We are here today to celebrate the people who make that community what it is. The heroes, the walkers, the team captains, the volunteers, the fundraisers, the pace setters, and anyone who makes supporting Dana-Farber a priority. We're here to show you how your passion is changing people's lives. And we're also here to show you how grateful the folks at Dana-Farber are for your ongoing support of the Jimmy Fund.
We're going to be hearing from Dana-Farber staff and a few of your fellow Jimmy Fund walkers who will share their experience with Dana-Farber and what this community means to them. To start things off, please welcome Bill Nash.
Kathy, I would characterize as strong, independent, caring. You know, the thing that maybe sums it up the best is that she was a great friend. We discovered Kathy's cancer in June of 2013. Initially, they said, doesn't seem to be anything to be really concerned about, but we want to run some tests. Never forget driving into the garage and Kathy getting a call from her primary care physician, and that was how we found out, and she had lung cancer, and turned out to be stage 4 lung cancer. She approached this with such strength, such hope, such positivity that it really allowed us to, do the same. We get to Dana-Farber. As soon as we walked in, it felt like they had our back, and that while this situation sucked, this was the only place to be. Everyone at Dana-Farber was amazing. Dana-Farber definitely supported Kathy, but also had our back, had Connor and Owen and my back. For 4 years, there were some really good times in there. She was back to teaching. We traveled a ton. We lived a ton. We cried a ton. We've been doing the Jimmy Fund since 2013, and we've raised $125,000 over 7 years, so pretty proud of that. It's only strengthened and grown since Kathy passed. 8,500 people, all with their own stories and reasons for walking, and they're coming together really to help, probably more so others than themselves. Pretty amazing. Hope is critical to a cancer patient and their family, and Kathy's proof that every dollar is life-giving. My name is Bill Nash. I walk to honor and celebrate my wife Kathy, and to help current and future cancer patients have hope and a better life. Thank you for helping me defy cancer.
My team, Team Slow and Steady, we walk for so many reasons, but mainly to get rid of cancer. We want to help find a cure for cancer and remember our loved ones along the way that have passed away because of this terrible disease. We're coming for you, Boston. Let's go, Jimmy Fund.
Thank you all so much for sharing those words with us. Walk Day is coming up, and thousands of people will take to the streets, the parks, and paths of their neighborhoods to show their Jimmy Fund spirit by walking their way.
Don't forget, you can recruit more folks to join you on your walk right up to and even on Walk Day. And you can fundraise well past Walk Day until October 31st.
In addition to your fundraising, one way you can prepare for the walk is by downloading the Charity Miles app. Some of you have already been using it to track your training walks, which we love to see. So remember to also use the app on your walk so we can see just how far this community is walking to defy cancer. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, you can find a link to it on our website, jimmyfundwalk.org/eventweek, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. We have many more tips for how to make the most out of Walk Day, but first, it is my honor to introduce a woman who understands the impact of this walk better than most. Here is the president and CEO of Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, Dr. LAURIE H. GLIMCHER.
Hi, everybody. I am so proud to join you to kick off the Boston Marathon Jimmy Fund Walk your way. As you remember, last year, our walk community came together like it never had before, and all of you stepped forward in every state in the country to raise critical support for Dana-Farber during what was an unprecedented time, and we thank you so much. While the walk is going to look different again this year, one thing is remaining the same, and that is our unwavering commitment to achieving a brighter future for every patient facing cancer. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking part in this extraordinary tradition and for being a member of the unstoppable Dana-Farber community. And I'm really looking forward to walking in my neighborhood, and I hope all of you have a great walk wherever you are.
Hi, Jimmy Fund Walkers. My name is Dana White, and I'm the Executive Director of Hyundai Hope on Wheels and Chief Communications Officer for Hyundai Motor North America. Our commitment to fighting cancer began in 1998 when a group of local Hyundai dealers decided to band together and support the Jimmy Fund. Since then, Hyundai Hope on Wheels has gone on to fund over $185 million in cancer research across the United States. It all started here at Jimmy Fund. We're so proud to be a part of this community, and we wish you a great walk.
Thank you, Dr. Glimcher, and thanks to Hyundai Hope on Wheels for all they've done for cancer patients over the years. JimmyFunWalk.org/Event Week is the place to engage with the Jimmy Fun Walk community on and before Walk Day. You'll find activities and podcasts for you and your family to enjoy on Walk Day, and even a photo booth with custom Jimmy Fun frames and stickers that you can use to show the world that you're a part of this life-saving community.
And don't forget to post photos from your walk to Instagram and Twitter using hashtag JimmyFunWalk. If your account is set to public, all of your photos with that hashtag will automatically be added to the Walk Week website.
JimmyFunWalk.org/Event Week is also where you'll find our digital ribbon wall, where members of our community post pictures and messages about why and for whom they walk. And I hope you'll take a few moments to visit the wall, draw inspiration from your fellow walkers, and add your own messages and images.
For decades, researchers at Dana-Farber have been at the forefront of discoveries that shape the way we fight cancer. The people in those labs are responsible for changing and saving countless lives. And because of events like this and supporters like you, their legacy of groundbreaking research is stronger than ever. Here now to tell you about some of the work happening at Dana-Farber right now, please welcome medical oncologist and researcher at Dana-Farber, Dr. Nadine McCleary.
When I was in medical school, I chose to pursue oncology because I liked the idea of taking on a challenging disease like cancer. Then, on my last day of residency, I found out my dad had colorectal cancer. From that day on, my chosen career path, the fight against cancer, became personal. Fortunately, my dad is doing well. I soon began to see him in my patients. I'm always thinking, if this were my dad, what would I want him to know? How would I want him to be treated? When I started at Dana-Farber, I found that their standards of patient care match my own. There's a culture of responsibility toward every patient. You're invested, and you're going to do absolutely everything you can for them. Your patients and their families become like your own. As a researcher, I'm particularly excited about the work we're doing in the area of inclusion and diversity. Our patient-reported data program is aimed at increasing access to treatments, resources, and clinical trials for groups that have been historically underrepresented. Doing this work at a place like Dana-Farber is incredibly meaningful to me, and it only happens because of you. That's why I'm so proud to be part of the Jimmy Fun Walk community, along with thousands of doctors and patients and walkers. This is a fight that takes all of us, and nobody is in it alone. I am Dr. Nadine Jackson McCleary, and I'm in it for my patients. I'm in it for my dad, and I'm so grateful that you're all in it with me. Thank you for helping me defy cancer.
Hi, my name is Deb Honor, and I am team captain of Team Remission Commission. This is our 4th Jimmy Fund Walk for Dana-Farber. We are super excited. It's a unique year for us as our Jimmy Fund hero is battling brain cancer. Together, we are Nick Strong. Thank you, Dana-Farber. We love you, Nick.
Thank you for that message. And thank you to Dr. McCleary and to all of the scientists and researchers at Dana-Farber who are working tirelessly to get us closer to a world without cancer. Of course, at Dana-Farber, it's about more than a brighter tomorrow. It's about being there for the people who need help today.
For more than 70 years, Dana-Farber has provided compassionate care and state-of-the-art treatment to cancer patients. When you're there, you have no doubt that you are in the best place and you're being cared for by the best people. For patients and their families, that certainly can mean everything. To tell us about her experience, please welcome Catherine AZEZ.
Hi, I'm Catherine.
Hi, I'm Lucas.
Lucas is a very special, sweet boy. He's very, very, very kind. I moved here to Massachusetts 2017, and after 1 year, he gets sick. Like he has started with a croup, and the lymph node were swellings and ear infections, and I didn't know that all of this was leukemia symptoms. It was a very tough moment when the doctor called me with the results and said, I'm afraid Lucas has leukemia. You feel like the whole world stopped and everything in my life fall apart, and I kept crying and couldn't believe it. No one likes to go to a hospital or a clinic, but at Dana-Farber, you don't have the same feeling. We love to go there. He loves the resource room because they have Play-Dohs, they have colors, he loves painting, he loves the music room. And what I love the most about the place is like, you feel like you are the only family there. I feel like all the time, I feel like my son is special. Lucas is on the spectrum and things are a little different for him. I'm a very protective mom and I like to be on top of everything, you know, but the doctor didn't leave anything for me to worry about, you know. They take care of every tiny detail, they listen to you, they understand your frustration, your fears. I remember the doctor came to me at the Jimmy Fund Clinic and she said, well, Catherine, Lucas is in remission. And I was like, I didn't know what does that mean. Then she told me, congratulations, he's responding good to the medicine. I was like, okay, so this is good news. The last day of treatment for Lucas, the Jimmy Fund Clinic, they make sure it's a very special day. They give Lucas like a certificate. All the nurses and people who work with Lucas sign it and said like, you know, you made it, buddy. Good job, Lucas. You're a tough boy. I think he got it. The main idea, no more pain, no more ouching, no more treatment. And I think what they did at the Jimmy Fund Clinic helped him understand that he's all done. You know, last year was virtual, so we were going to walk around and then like we saw some people with it, you know, Jimmy Fund Clinic and it's like, yeah, we have a hero here. I have my son, he's a hero here. He's part of the Jimmy Fund Clinic. So I felt so proud. I felt like I have a hero, I have a survivor, and I have a fighter. So I wanted everyone to know that my son made it. All the support that goes to the Jimmy Fund Clinic and the Dana-Farber Institute is going to the right place and the right people. My name is Catherine AZEZ and I walk for my son Lucas. Thank you for helping us defy cancer.
Hi, I'm Yael, and I love the Jimmy Fund because they took so good care of me when I was sick. So I just wanted to thank them.
I want to thank Catherine and Lucas, Dr. McCleary, and Bill for sharing their stories with us, and everyone who joined us in this year's celebration broadcast.
We have one last person to introduce, but before we do, just a few final reminders as we head into Walk Day. Remember to download the Charity Miles app before you start your walk. You can find the link on our website, jimmyfundwalk.org/event week.
While you're there, check out all the great features and walk day activities on the site, including the ribbon wall and photo booth. And be sure to use the hashtag JimmyFundWalk when posting on your public account to share with the entire Jimmy Fund Walk community.
Finally, keep fundraising. You can still raise funds through the end of October, and every dollar supports the life-saving work happening at Dana-Farber.
On behalf of both of us, our colleagues here at Boston 25 News, and the many members of the Jimmy Fund community who count on your support, thank you for joining us and for helping us all defy cancer.
Please welcome Director of the Jimmy Fund Walk, ZACK BLACKBURN.
Hello again, Jimmy Fund Walk family. I'm so excited to be talking to you during my favorite time of year, walk season. There's nothing quite like the energy and passion that Jimmy Fund Walk brings. We all love the atmosphere and the camaraderie of the in-person walk. And as we kick off our second virtual year, we know it's just not the same, which makes your passion and commitment over the last two walks even more awe-inspiring. I'm not just speaking for myself. My fellow walk staff members miss seeing you all hugging and celebrating in Copley Square, and I want to make sure that you know that we are all grateful and endlessly inspired by your spirit and devotion to each other and to Dana-Farber. You've all been working hard fundraising and recruiting, and it shows. We're in the final push of the season now, so let's make sure we cross that finish line strong. In fact, I'm going to give you all a personal challenge. Over the next week, send one final email, make one last self-donation, and recruit one more person to walk alongside you. One small act from each of us will lead to one large impact for our patients and their families. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of our sponsors for this year's walk, including our presenting sponsor, Hyundai Motor America, for supporting us through yet another unusual year. We're so proud to have you all as our partners. One thing that became clear over the last year and a half is that the Jimmy Fund Walk family is resilient. It's unstoppable. this family is strong. Our strength comes from our belief in our cause, and it comes from the countless inspirational people and stories that our community is made of. We draw strength from people like Bill, who lost someone they love and honor them by fighting for others. From Catherine and other parents and caregivers who face their fear with bravery and determination. From Dr. McCleary and all the doctors and nurses and researchers at Dana-Farber who are working tirelessly to lead us to a cancer-free future. And of course, we draw strength from Lucas, Yael, and our other Jimmy Fund heroes. The patients and survivors in our community who are defying cancer every day. I hope you'll take a few minutes to learn more about our Jimmy Fund heroes on our website. They are models of strength and determination, and they remind us what we're walking for, what we're fundraising for, and what we're fighting for. On behalf of them, on behalf of our staff, and on behalf of everyone in this walk family, thank you for everything you do for the Jimmy Fund and Dana-Farber. Thank you for helping us defy cancer. Have a great, safe Jimmy Fund walk.